Hello, YouTube land, friends, men, women, ladies. This is Scott from KC Blade Drip coming at you again. I have a new knife that I'd like to talk to you about. Now let's see, here we are. This is our second video. So we've got to be doing a little bit better with things, getting a little bit, just a little better. Now, today what we're going to do, I'm going to talk to you about, give, again, opinions. I tell everybody the disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or an attorney. I just played one on TV. So, same thing with knives. I love them. And I love holding them, looking at them, using them, collecting. But with that collecting, I do like using my knives or trying to carry them a little bit, getting a feel for them. So what we'll do today is talk to you about the Microtech Brachial. And this is kind of a new collaboration that came out with Bastinelli knives. They actually, this was kind of made on a knife that he had actually manufactured called the Chopper, which I do own as well, but I'm not going to throw it out here and try to clutter the mess up, and we'll do something for that in the future. Got to save some knives for future content, but it was designed after the Chopper, and I'll go over some of the different features, things of the knife. I was pretty excited because I don't know what it was. When I saw this knife, it's one of those, and everybody does it. You have a certain style or something, and it could change over time that you see, and you're like, whoa, hey, man, I like that. You know, and since we're talking about knives, yes, I saw it with this knife, and I had seen the prototype for the Chopper when they first, Marfione Customs actually did the prototype, which I bought from E-Knives. I love that place, man. They are awesome. Anyways, snagged that, but also snagged a couple of the Brachials. So we'll get right into this. I'm going to let you look at it, talk about it. There aren't a lot of videos that are online about the Brachial. Not many people are doing videos yet. I don't know if they just haven't gotten to it or people haven't got them in their hands. They're really not that hard to find. If you're interested, I know you can send an email to Bastinelli and actually get, he'll send you an email back with some different knives that he's got available, and you can order it directly through him. And then some of the different vendors are getting them as well. So I haven't found that they're too hard to get, really, to be honest with you, like some of the other type knives that Microtech does. So the knife itself, here it is. It's on the box. I'm, you know, the paperwork, the other jazz, the sleeve, all the stuff that you're accustomed to Microtech's comes in this box. I love the box, neat, easy to get to, blah, blah, blah. Nice looking. So there we go, guys. This is what it comes in. Let's see, Brachial Auto. There you go. So that was that. And then here's the knife here. And just to kind of let you take a look at it, the clip, guys, I like the clip, I like the knife. It's the same clip that goes on the stitch, but it does kind of, yeah, it's an interesting clip. Let's leave it at that. It kind of is an interesting shape. So with that, there's not a real fascination for it. Somebody said it to me, and I kind of looked at the clip and thought, yeah, it is interesting. The knife itself is got aluminum handles. Okay, we'll start off with that. The weight is very light, so when you pick it up, you have some weight, so it doesn't feel like, I know well, there's various knives that are like just super lightweight that you don't feel like it's really in your hand. This one does, but it's not at all overbearing. Like it's not too much for you. So to me, this is a good weight to have, just to hold. That's my impression when I first pick it up. And if I was to say, hey man, take a look at this knife, and you kind of, you know, eyeballed it, it'd feel good. Now, I will throw out just a couple of things as far as, which I didn't on my first video that I did, but I'm going to throw as far as like, let's see what the weight is on this exactly. So 4.64 ounces. To me, that's a sweet spot. Anywhere between 3.5 to 4.5, pushing 5 ounces, to me is a good carry knife. Not too much. You know, it's not going to make it sag. Now, I probably wouldn't wear it with dress pants or something if I was the type of guy to do that, but decent. The length, it's a little over 8 inches open. The blade length is 3.25. Let me go ahead and just open this up for you. So now, hey, listen to this. And this is the thing that gets you guys. If you're getting one of these, you probably like autos, but maybe, I hope you can hear it, but I'm going to push the button here, okay? Because we got to hear this. Wow. Now that's, guys, that's pretty, that's got a lot of authority behind it. Okay, now let's go ahead here. I'm going to close the knife. I want to do it again, and then we're going to talk a little bit. It clicks in nicely. Okay, show you the centering is good. Nice thin blade, not too thick, so it's going to be a good slicer, okay? A really nice slicer. Okay, let's go ahead and here's the blade. Let's fire it again. Pow. This thing almost wants to jump out of your hand. Okay. Love. The first thing that I saw when I fired or saw this knife, I didn't even have it in my hands. When I saw it, and it was the chopper proto for the Brachial on E-Knives. When I saw that video and I saw the shape of this blade, it's like a saber, okay? A saber blade. I was completely, it's a trailing point, I guess if you wanted flat grind, but it like the blade shape is just like, I don't know if I'm feeling Persian with this, whatever that may mean, but the slicing action with this blade, I mean, if you're slicing from the bottom to tip, beautiful. And this thing's razor sharp. So I really loved that. I loved the blade shape when I saw it. And it's not overwhelming. It's not like over 4 inches. 3.25, excuse me. 3.25, so it's very manageable, very doable. You've got the little logo here, it says Brachial. You have the date on it, which was January of 22 on this particular one, and the serial number as well. The other side, you got the Bastinelli signature. I think you can see that. Okay, so the blade being, and here we go. Let's look at the profile together, guys. Check this out, gals. I don't mean to. See that? It's nice and thin. So anytime you don't have a ton of that thick material up here, when you're cutting through or into something, you're going to go right through it a lot easier, of course. I'm not sure you know that. But these are just my thoughts. So nice and thin. And you don't have anywhere on here that's going to get gunked up. So if I was cutting a steak, or I was using this to cut any type of produce or anything, you're not going to have it gunked up with, sharp edges or areas on the blade. It's going to be nice and smooth. So I really like that. I love that blade shape. Feels good in the hand. I don't want to always do it, but I've got, I guess, considered large hands. I wear a large glove, but it feels good in my hand. My knuckle will go up to the little ramp here. The back side, you've got this little ridge. So when you put your fingers on here, they naturally just squeeze into that. You don't notice the ridge here. It fits in your hand. And then it kind of curves up a little bit. So even though the handle isn't like enormous or huge, your hand will kind of just cradle in it. So it's comfortable. I guess we could say comfortable. You got your jimping here. You have a little here. Now on this particular blade, and I have carried this one for, I would say about 3 weeks. And it's right now, this is what I'm having my rotation. This is my main knife that I'm carrying. Well, not this particular one. Let me sit this down. Okay, right here. This one, this is the identical thing. I told you I had a total of 3 different brachials. This one is the one I currently carry. This was the first one, but the difference was this has a tie clip. This was made by Maverick. I think it's Maverick Customs. And I want to definitely give credit. Can you see his little emblem there? This guy's awesome. This guy is out of this world dynamite. Great, very easy to work with. I sent him a message. I think it was on Instagram maybe. But I had seen him posted, and I was curious because this is for, or advertised to be for the stitch. They're the same clip. They're the same clip here. So I knew that they're the same clip, and I wanted to put it on this. So it was $150. Excellent work. He makes knives, he makes clips, he does all different kinds of clips. Look him up. He's on Instagram. It's under Maverick Customs. I'm sure you can find him. I think he's on Facebook as well as Maverick Customs. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to give a little props for the clip because this just gives a little bit of cool, like, you know, you put it in your pocket and then you have it up to here. And so you see this cool design that kind of shows off a little bit if you happen to look down at somebody's pocket. And I like that. You know, it's just a new cool little touch to the knife. But anyway, so I have this is my one that I'm currently carrying. And I will carry this one until the unforeseen future. But let's go ahead and, oh, here we go again. You know what time it is. Pow. All right, man, we got that going. Okay, so sorry to get a little bit distracted. You get me with a knife in my hand, next thing you know, I'm off doing something in La La Land and I get distracted like a kid in a candy store. So you have some jimping up here. I do kind of, if I'm cutting or doing a little bit of some light carving, I'll put my finger up here. Yes, I've gently used this knife. I'm not like stabbing, gouging, prying, none of that stuff, but just slicing little things here and there, opening packages, some food prep. You have, now this area down here, I know some people will actually say, yeah, you can slide your finger up here and you can do, I wouldn't. You probably could, but it's just, I don't want my finger to be pushing up against anything that's part of the blade and sharp. And I don't think that's designed for your finger to go in there, into this area, this little nook. I think it's more for sharpening. But I guess you could, but I don't. I keep my hand here and I'll put my thumb up there if I need to do that. Nice strong tip. Nice. This is 390, M390 blade steel. Again, Microtech Brachial. Beautiful blade. Look at this, guys. In fact, I know a lot of times when I'm on YouTube and I'm trying to search for a particular knife that I like, a lot of times what I want to see is just a really nice picture of what it looks like. How big is it? What does it look like in your hand? What's it sound like? You can feed me all day with stats. And all I'm going to do, once you see the stats once, you don't need to see them in every, because I try to find as many videos as I can, and so I just want to get to meat and potatoes with each person, well, I'm not even a reviewer. I just do show and tell. I just tell you what I'm showing you and what my impressions are. Again, this is not proprietary. These are going to be the Torx screws. Again, you've got the aluminum handle. It's nice. The button, it's not like the stitch, but it is the same feel. Like when you push this down and you have to depress this, push it in, and then you push, but look at that. You have to, there's tension on this. When I'm pushing here, there's tension on this blade. See, it'll flick back up. That's that spring inside. But you push it all the way down, then you let your thumb off, or whatever finger you're pushing this with, and then it closes and locks into place. Pow! Like the design here, texturing. Got your back spacer here. Very nice. I think it's, wow, I don't know. I don't have a magnet with me, so I'm not sure if it's titanium or not, but it's well done. It's the same style that's on the stitch. Now the thing is, if you're a guy that likes to have, a lanyard on your knife, this one actually is designed pretty well for a lanyard because, can you see? Let me get it up here. It's recessed, so it kind of sets in, but yet it's accessible. Like if you have a thicker lanyard, I did too. I pushed it down in here and I could feed it through and wrap it around, and it's kind of kept inside here. So it's not jetting out far. You really don't see that. It's almost hidden. I like it. So that's actually, it's done very well here. It's built in to the back spacer, the way that this is. So if you just hold it sideways, you don't even really see it. It's awesome. It's really nicely done. Again, it's not heavy. Great action. I don't know really what more you would want to have with an everyday carry. I know some people, they'll get a knife and they kind of get bored with them, or they'll just throw them into their vault, and that's cool. It's good for that. But as far as this is a user, I mean, definitely a user. It's not going to break the bank. I think this thing, well, if we're talking about how much these cost, you can get them, I write at $400. There are some places that'll charge a little bit more. I think X-Ring had some on his site for $500. I believe Bastinelli, if you email him, I think they're $500. I got one of these for $400. The other one I got for $500. So, because I got a little sooner. And then I don't have it with me, but the prototype that I got, it was around $2,500. So again, this knife, it feels good in the hand. The pocket clip is very nice. It's fine, works. The notches, the contouring, really nice. Blade, it's M390. It's gonna do you right. It slices, dices. I feel like I'm doing a food commercial. But it's good. Weighs good. If you have any questions, if there's anything that you want me to cover, talk about, or questions I can answer on this knife, let me know. It may not be for everybody. I mean, because no matter how much one person likes a knife and shows it off and raves about it, someone else might say, there's some things that I don't like about this. I don't like the button, that it's an automatic. Why can't we flick it? Or I don't like having, this clip on here or whatever. But overall, I'm happy. This is one of my favorite knives right now. Not really much else to say about it. Again, if you have questions, please reach out to me. Like and subscribe this. It helps me out a lot. Just because I'm new to the whole scene here, guys. I want to be able to be a part of the community and embrace it and join and leave comments and learn more on my knife journey through my life. So you can find me on Instagram at KC Blade Drip. It's also my YouTube and my email account at Gmail. So if you have any questions, concerns, let me know. I'll try to bring some more reviews at least once a week, have them loaded for you. I feel like I was missing something when I was talking about this. Man, I covered everything though that I can think of as far as just my thoughts holding the knife. It's a shorter video. I guess it's 20 minutes of me rambling. But hope you got to at least take a look at them. Again, this is Maverick Customs for the tie clip here. He's got other kinds too as well, designs, great knives. Please follow him. And that's about it. Hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for your time, and take care.